That's the point that I'd like to drive. Under Nipas Act, there's no delineation for Kauswagan and Bacolod. Under the proclamation of then President Ferdinand Marcos, there's no delineation markers. It simply says mangrove areas from Liangan River up to Lipatan River of the municipality of Lapayan in the province of Lanao del Norte. The municipality of Lapayan no longer exists. So I'd like to ask Madam Chair if because there's an existing protected area now with specific delineation markers that's being managed by the DNR, is that simply an interpretation of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources? Because it's not stated by law and it's not stated by the proclamation.
The protected area subject of the discussion of the Honorable Congressman forms part of the areas proclaimed as protected area nationwide for mangrove conservation and protection. So basically, there was no technical description provided for this particular area. But I guess, as I mentioned, we already have the protected area suitability assessment, which is under consideration by the central office, which would serve as our basis in finally delineating on the ground or perhaps determining the meets and bounds on the ground, subject later on for monumenting as the case may be.
Thank you, Madam Chair, because this is surprising for me to hear. Because last Congress, I submitted a letter to the DNR, and the legal office of DNR submitted to me and answered me, stating that it depends on Congress for us to legislate delineation and make that area a legislated protected area under the Nipas Act. Now, Madam Chair, I'd like to place on the record, kami naman sa Lanao del Norte, we're in support of protecting our environment. We have no problem with Kauswagan and Bacolod being a protected area. Our governor wants that. But for it to be a protected area, anong nangyayari? There are coastal barangays there already. When we have DSWD, 𝐒𝐿𝐲𝐻𝐿 program, kailangan dumaan kami sa PAMB and the DNR. We'll wait. We'll work with you. No problem. When we have flooding in our highways and we have DPWH flood control programs, kailangan dumaan kami sa DNR. We'll wait. We'll comply. No problem. But then what hurts us is when we see this, a convention center built in the middle of a mangrove. Ever since I sat as governor, we supported the DNR. My mother, who is now the governor, is supporting the DNR. And this is a slap in our face, which is why I filed a House bill delisting Kauswagan and Bacolod as a protected area. Now, I'd like to put on the record, Madam Chair, that we now have a very proactive regional director, regional executive director. Ang problema talaga dito is his predecessor left it to the Penro. And that's what happens when you have satellite management. And in part of that investigation, lumabas yung issue that this convention center, and I hope it can be explained to me, was issued a CNC, not in the region, but in central office. And this issuance of the CNC was issued after this convention center was completed. So, I'd like to understand this because we want to protect the area. Ang sagot ni Gov.ArsenioQuibranza, if they are not protecting anything, we might as well remove the protected area. I hope his investigations will not just become a dead end. Ako naman, I was governor in Lanao del Norte. For us to stop kidnapping in my province, we really went after the kidnappers. For us to really protect the area, and there's malfeasance or negligence on the part of the local chief executive, the only way to ensure that protection will continue is to file administrative cases.